Wow, okay. I guess we lose. Oof, 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 oof. Ah, the PG, salt on the wound. Salt on the wound. Can we see a heal? Heal! Oh, wow, that's big. Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today we're going to be doing another deck profile for the new set for Global, set 20. And that is BermudaTriangle's new Legion support. And it's pretty disgusting. If you've spent any time at all on ladder and you face Bermuda or you're playing Bermuda yourself, you will know that it's a long time, and it's definitely not a good time playing against this deck, because this deck is really grindy, and you know, it's really hard to lose with it. So I think that's the entire point. Let's discuss the deck list and showcase a few games. So again, the reason why I specified that it's really hard to lose with this deck is because a lot of the times with this deck, you're not playing to win, you're playing not to lose, and this deck is very good at that. And that's you know how you have a very consistent win condition, because if your opponent doesn't win, then chances are they probably just flat out lose, right? So let's start with the starter, Dual Lover Singer Darling. You can put this into your soul to return a dual rearguard and a rearguard with the same name as that unit to your hand. Generally speaking, you know, it's a nice bounce or two, which lets you trigger some effects and helps you plus. So that's really nice. Next up, we play 4 Peace. Peace, when you bounce it, you get to counterblast 1 to draw 1, and if your hand is 3 or more of itself, you can countercharge 1 as well. Generally speaking, I don't stress too much about the countercharge. Early game, being able to bounce and counterblast 1, draw 1 is really solid. Help you find your pieces, like your PGs and all that. So you can then plus even more and get even more stuff out and even more consistently. We play 4 PGs. The Noir art is the best art. Fight Me. Aria is solid. You know, you generally want to mulligan into this, because once you have 1 copy, you can get 2, and then you can get 4, and then you know, as long as your opponent doesn't ping out all 4 in one turn, Legion them back, pull them back in, and that's how you don't lose. Next, we play 2 of the dual clear Peristyle Kura. When placed, Soul Blast 2 to countercharge 2. A lot of your skills, especially your offensive pieces like Nemuel, counterblasts 2. A lot of your fetching pieces like early game, counterblasts 1. So you do want to be actively managing your counterblast. You do want to be actively using your skills though. So Kura helps you Soul Blast, help you fuel your legions, and countercharge as well, which is really nice. And lastly, we play 3 of the Navy Dolphin Armor. Some people play 2, some people, you know, play 4. I like to play 3. This, when boosts, discard 1, draw 1, so it's an air mole clone. When you have this early game, you can then filter aggressively, help you set up your drop zone. Sometimes when I played like 2, I found that I didn't have 4 in my drop zone to Legion as soon as possible, or 4 ideal cards in the drop zone to Legion as soon as possible. Without this, you know, playing more of the countercharger, sometimes I find that I don't draw into my pieces fast enough, so the Armor definitely helps my experience. Next, we play 4 of the Quincy. Quincy is such an amazing card in this meta. When bounce, counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 to draw 1 card. You know, it's fine, but mainly we play it for the resist and being a mate, right? So resist means that it can't be retired, it can't be targeted. So, you know, other meta contenders like, you know, Shadow Paladin, maybe Kagero, Link Joker. Well, first of all, for these 2 clans, you can retire them through skills. For Link Joker, you can't lock them. So it's such a meta contender. It's such an important piece to piece this deck together that you definitely need to play for. And it helps you, you know, stick your board. You know, you have 2 guaranteed intercepts that your opponent have to hit through, and then you have your 4 PGs, and then you can just, you know, recycle, rinse, and repeat, and then win games. Next, we play 4 of the Vepar. This is your main target, honestly, with the starter. Vepar skills: when it returns to your hand, counterblast 1 to add a card with the same name as your dual unit from your deck to your hand. The dual unit, it's not really clear when I started playing because I'm not too familiar with it at the beginning as well. It just means that any unit on the board, so any of your Vanguards, if you're Legion, that means both of them, or any of your rearguards. And then if you have 3 or more cards in your hand with the same card name as your Vanguard, countercharge 1, so it refunds it, it's free, and it's really nice. Next, we play 4 Rone. Now, this one is honestly one of your key pieces. Again, there's a typo. It's supposed to be Vanguard Rearguard now. It used to be Rearguard only, but with this new set release, it got buffed to Vanguard Rearguard, which means that it is a great ride target. When this unit hits a Vanguard, +1, return one of your other dual rearguards to your hand, and add a card with the same name as that unit from your deck to your hand. So this is honestly my main unit that you want to see on turn 2. Even if this card, even if you call it the PG and it doesn't do anything, like it doesn't boost or it doesn't hit or anything, just put it in an empty rearguard circle, bounce it, and then you get a free PG. So +1, and guaranteed to add another PG into your hand. And you got 2, and then with 2 you can get 3, and then 4, and so on. So it's pretty disgusting. And for our last slot, we play Slaney, Prism Duo, a rearguard on place, +1, return one of your other rearguards to your hand. So in some cases when you don't have your starter, you know, in some cases where you want to reuse some stuff, you want to use something like this, and you have the counterblast to spare, then you go for it. It's really odd. And really rarely I would use it, but sometimes when you brick, you know, you really need that one draw, then Slaney's there for you to help you proc that. Next, for the grade 3s, we play 4 Victoria. Victoria is your free Legion. When Legion, return a card from a circle other than your Vanguard to your hand. If that unit is a dual card, then add a card with the same name. So this is your hard counter against Link Joker. If they lock your front row, you're bouncing the circle, not the unit. And so you can do that, and then you can get an extra unit. Generally speaking, against Link Joker, then you'd be calling out the PGs, or you'd be calling out your Queen Cs beforehand, bouncing them, and then just call it back up, or you know, keep the PGs in your hand and whatnot. And it's a free +1, so that's really nice. And when it attacks, and there's another unit in the center column, +3, so it hits 23 by itself in Legion. Next, Nemuel is your main offensive Legion. Nemuel requires +2 though, so be careful with that. When your rearguard is returned to your hand, if you are Legion, +2 to add 2 cards with the same card name as that unit from your deck to your hand, and then it gets +1 crit until end of turn. Then if you have 3 more cards in your hand with the same card name as your Vanguard, countercharge 2. So here's the deal, right? You know, sometimes you just want to bounce that PG, you get 2 more, and then it's solid. Sometimes you want to bounce those intercepts, get 2 more, and then you're solid. One important thing is that the +1 crit doesn't actually require you to take 2 cards from your deck to your hand. You know, the moment you +2, even if you have 0 cards in your hand, it still gets the +1 crit. So that's something to consider when desperate times, I guess, desperate measures. And Vanguard Circle once per turn, Soul Blast one to return one of your dual rearguards to your hand. So this is how we actually just proc it. So it's really like, you know, it does the work by itself. You don't need to rely on other bounce cards to actually proc the Legion skill. And if you do choose to, like, you know, get more Nemuels to thin out the deck from draw triggers, or you know, get them that power, then you get a counter charge, and then you get to keep doing it. So you don't need to reride with Nemuel, which is one of the good things about Victoria. You kind of do need to reride because it's an on Legion skill. This is just whenever you bounce skill once per turn. So it's really solid. I think Nemuel is probably your go-to for most of the games. But for example, if you kind of blast really heavy early on with like Rones or whatever, then maybe going to Victoria first and then Nemuel later might be better. But and then lastly, we play 4 Pacificas. Pacifica is an oddball pick because it is not a duel, but it's definitely a solid pick. Vanguard Circle number before when this attacks, +2 to return up to 2 rearguards to your hand, and then call 1 from your deck. So what this means is, you know, sometimes you need that multi-attack pressure. You know, both of your legions doesn't really multi-attack, enable that. So you know, if you really need to push for a game, Pacifica is there for you, help you get 4 attacks in for your turn. And sometimes if you're bricking, you know, you only have grade 3s, well, at least you can Superior Call a grade 2 intercept and defend yourself for that turn. And lastly, we play 1 Reindeer. Reindeer is a solid ride, I guess. You don't really use it, but when you're legioning constantly, legioning back those grade 3s, it's really consistent, and it does the same thing as Pacifica except on checking grade 3 and without +2. So when you're really deep in the game and your first ride was Nemuel, you're going into Pacifica, maybe you want to go into Reindeer instead to seal off the game, and it's solid. I think overall there's a lot of picks for Bermuda. I think your grade 2 is generally like solved. Your grade 3, I think you can still, you know, not play Pacifica. You can play the other duel from set 16, which, you know, restats itself by discarding duels. You know, you can choose to not play the Reindeer instead. But grade 2 generally solved. Don't really think there's much change. Grade 1, I think there's a lot of space to play around with, but you do really want your countercharger and your PG. Grade 3, you do really want your legions, and everything else I think is flexible. You can play around with it. Honestly, I haven't really played much Bermuda. I haven't played duel at all before the set, But this deck is just so amazing that you can't really not pick up. If you are following the competitive scene, this deck is consistently topping every single time during the Legion era. So if you don't have this deck and you want to play competitively, do yourself a favor and pick this up. And it's a really strong deck. So I guess without further ado, let's go into a few games and see how this deck can outgrind your opponent and really ruin their day. I think that's the way to put it. Because, yo, honestly, I played one mirror match and it was like I'd say 30 minutes. It was insane. It was insane. And sometimes I wish that it didn't go to that, but I don't like to lose, and it is what it is. So, guess I didn't log in to actually play the tournament. I always constantly, whenever it comes up, I always click entry, just so even if I don't play, I still get the rewards, you know, just for entering. But here we go, I guess. Let's just go to tournament mode because it is the weekend after all. And let's go into a game. So yeah, turn 1, my main ride is probably something like a Peace or a Mirror. Turn 2, you know, a Rone or like the 13th unit, whatever it's called, it's pretty solid. And for turn 3, depending on the matchup, but generally either or of the Legions. And here we go. We're going to play against Shadow Fox with Pale Moon. So Pale Moon with Silverthorn is still really strong, but I hope that our PG prowess can definitely help us. So generally mulligan for the Rone, for the PG, I think that's pretty solid. If we're going first, then they emerge pretty whatever. Because we lose one extra turn of boosting and hitting with it. And I think we're just going to do this. And unfortunately we drew into the heal. But that's okay. Yep, it's Silverthorn. Let's turn on the animations. Here, honestly, I think I might go with the Kura. Because Rone can actually bounce the Peace. And do stuff with that. So let's see if that's something to consider. Rone can also bounce the Vepar, which can then, you know, get a copy of Peace. And then every single time I bounce that, then I just get a free 1 draw. Emil. The new character sleeves are really cute. So even with the nerfs, Silverthorn is still really, really strong, so don't underestimate them. Irina thinning through the deck, getting the pieces you want. Ooh, 12Ks, and the Mark Chica. Zelma, pulling out a grade 2, 19, hitting numbers already. That's scary. Ooh, Emil, no. He's just gonna keep setting up. So I guess they're helping us thin through their deck, you know, I don't mind. But if we see a trigger here, our opponent needs to see one as well. But unfortunately, we don't see one. And they... Whoa, crits! That's spicy. That is spicy. Shadow Fox. Okay, we don't see any defensives. I mean, we do have a heal in our hand. So... let me ride the... Rone I might keep for when I have the PG. This is a little tough. Okay, you know what? I'll ride it. Bounce them. Counter must 1 draw 1. If we top deck it, then we get a counter charge 1. No, we don't. I'm just gonna keep drawing because we do want to see our PGs to actually do something. No, we don't. It's okay. Draw trigger. Oh, PG. A little late, but it's okay. We digged into it. Don't really want to use that, unfortunately. Fortunately, we do have the Nemuel to help us out with that department, so. Draw trigger. Crit draw split is interesting. We have the upright line. Ooh, okay. Guiding the Nemuel. I can Soul Blast and draw, but I do want to save the counter blast for later. So I'm just actually gonna set up the board and leave it like this. Vanguard gets a plus. No, it doesn't get the +3, so I'm just gonna swing like this. If we see a heal, that'd be perfect, and that's it. Exactly it. Exactly what we want. Alright, let's push. Nice. Venus Luquier. Marchica. So probably gonna Superior Calls Marchica to start doing stuff because they do have multiple Zelmas in the soul. There's multiple Zelmas, Marchicas, you know, lots of shenanigans. Call out a meal for another soul charge, maybe. Here we go for the thinning. Deck thinning is deck winning after all. So yeah, this is definitely kind of the setup that you'd expect. But Marchica can't Superior Call a Zelma, so that's interesting. I'm gonna call on top of it. 9k into 9? 12k. Because now that they can't keep spamming it, it's definitely less devastating. But they can still pop off, and that's still really, really scary. Crit! Again, those spicy crits. Draw? It's nice, but you know, with those big fat numbers, I don't think the draws really matter. Yeah, that crit's spicy. That crit's spicy. And goes into soul. Yeah, that's 29 unfortunately, but a 34 is definitely gonna hit. Oh, the heal trigger, but it doesn't. That's not the heal. Feels good to know it was a possibility. So here I'm considering Nemuling or just going into Pacifica. I think the just searching for 2 more PGs is pretty solid. So we're just gonna do that. And so if you are legioning into the Victoria, remember to set up the unit you want to bounce. With Nemule, you don't need to. So that's another positive, is that you need to set one thing less up. And it means that it's less prone to misplays. Let's call out the PG. And we do have 3 copies, so let's just Soul Blast 1. Generally, Soul Blast something that you'd actually consider legioning back and being able to do stuff. Don't Soul Blast a starter. I don't really recommend that. Calling out double resists. Asking for 1 PG. Do they have 2? If not, they need to double heal. We heal. That's perfect. That's amazing. And that's game. Hopefully. It's 4 and 13, and luckily they don't see a single one. Perfect. All right, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. It's weird how they didn't update these loading screens with the new set. You know, usually they do that, but it's still set 19. So, you know, this is minor compared to like literal text being incorrect visually, but a problem nonetheless. You know, I just, you know, expectations were low, but it's hard, right? It's like if they can't even do that, then what can they do? That's the question. That's the question. Against Golds or shadows? Nemuel, 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 Going first again, I want the Rone, I want the PG. We got the Rone, not the PG. Got Pacifica in hand again. It's golds, so. Peace. Zaron, solid card, especially when there's a lot more superior calling. Calling on the 7k swing. Draw trigger into Nemuel. Oh, ooh, no trigger. Oh, another Nemuel. Well. What do we do here? Honestly, I do just want to get an extra intercept, and leaving them without, 2 cannon blasts means that they can do less shenanigans. Bouncing that, Quincy. We get 2 intercepts with resist. Shut down plays. No more Blaster Blade Liberator shenanigans. So yeah, you don't need. I mean, Rone PG, super good. But Rone into Quincy or other stuff is also equally valuable to set up your pieces. Aglovale. Aglovale is solid, and the animations are really cool. Getting another copy of this. Ooh, PG, that's not good. It's the worst case scenario you see it as a damage. Speak of the worst case scenario. Nemuel? What do we do here? I guess the one draw is alright. Two draw? No, it's only one draw, yeah. Ooh, we got 2. We're just missing one more. I do need that. I do need to draw into my stuff though. Alright, let's just leave it like this for now, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. To resist, at least shut down some retire plays to hold off the damage for now, I guess. But a little desperate since we don't have any PGs at all. So that's surprisingly uncommon. Not good. Definitely not good. Rank Reward arcs are really good. Monarch, Sanctuary, Alfred, something that popped back up as a tech option because Link Joker is back with their locking and all. Anglo Veil, filling up the board. Zenith. Well, luckily they can't. They get the counter charge, but they can't get the retire front row. So there's 3 swings, giving us the LB4, which is irrelevant, I guess. But draw trigger. But they do play that straight crit, so that's kind of scary. Ooh, no defensives again. Will they get that? Oh, they're gonna get that 5th attack in. That's not good. That's not good. That's very not good. That's very not good. Wow, getting that counter charge too. We just need to see 1 PG, and then we'd be back to comfortable. But can we see that? Can we see that 1 PG? We can't. It's not looking good. Okay, I'm gonna rerun for the soul. Do triggers 1. How many Quincy's do I have? 1. Do want the draws though. Quincy's good. Yeah, I think I need to bounce this. I think I need to bounce the piece, get more draws in. I'm gonna get the free counter charge anyways, and then try to draw into something. So lets me draw into another piece. Lets me draw 1 and then counter charge it back. That's not what we're looking for. Let's do that again. Counter blast 1 and then counter charge 1. Not what we're looking for. This is not looking very good. Not looking very good at all. I might even attack into rear guard with Vanguard for the sake of not giving them one more canvas to do stuff. Ooh, heals good. Heals good. And we definitely need the filter. I'm gonna ditch the Nemuel. Maybe keeping the Nemuel would be better, because at least we can call for lethal at 4. But they're going to the Zenith. Definitely in the play. Definitely in the play. Going for lethal. We don't have a single PG. It's really not going so well. I guess it's consistent if you don't brick. Zoron. Are they gonna tuck it in? They are. Zenith again? That's the third time. Third time. And getting that counter charge. Let's hope they don't see a trigger. And it's a crit. They did. Wow. Okay. I guess we lose. Oof. 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 The PG. Salt on the wound. Salt on the wound. Can we see a heal? Heal. Oh, wow. That's big. Yes. Excited, Emmy. Very good. Oh, we get the heal too. Do we want to call for Yay? No, not really. I think we're good. I think we healed that PG out. I think we're good. I think this is good. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. And we have 1 PG. So we're just gonna bounce the PG. And the Rone is gonna get us the other PG. So, oh, yeah, we're back in the game. We're back in the game. We just need 1 PG to get back in the game. And the reason why I don't value like getting another grade 2 instead is because, well, you know, they're gonna blast related, and I guess it doesn't really matter, right? The PG is guaranteed defensive though. So, oh, I should have called it out. I misplayed. Oh no, I think I misplayed. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. I misplayed. Should have called out the PG. I was too excited. Well, let's do this. Which lets us do this. Ooh, drawn into that heal. That's not good. That's a little dangerous. That's sorry, very, very dangerous. We only have 2 PGs. We need another heal because of my misplay. And honestly, if we searched for it, we would have won. That's the biggest shame. I think I misplayed. Really bad there. I was too excited with the 6 damage heal, but I guess, you know, if it's a 6 damage heal win, they deserve it. So that's that. Bad player, bad player. Can we get another 6 damage heal? I mean, we just drew into 1. No, I think that's fair. That's 100% fair. We misplayed and we deserve it. Bite the dust, bite the dust. So I guess that's basically it with the deck. We got 2 games in. I think they're pretty solid. And generally speaking, you know, mulligan for your PGs, mulligan for your Rones, start PG farming, start intercept farming. You see how good Quincy can be as well. Fortunately, we got cut short because, well, we started off bricking with the PGs in the drop zone. We got saved by the 6 damage shield, but honestly, the misplay was what caught me off guard. So definitely don't be stupid. Don't be me. And think about the plays properly, and the deck can definitely perform well for you as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're so close to our 2,000 sub goal. We're just 30 away, so 1.5% away. So hope you can help us reach that target, so we can keep it going on. So thank you so much, and don't misplay. I think that's the moral of the story. Don't misplay. Don't get too excited with the 6 damage shields, or too annoyed by the 6 damage shields, and just play. All right, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.